Randall, your character, Red, he's the captain, but he's completely clueless. But he has this air of confidence to him, which is always a great combination, at least for
Yeah.
comedy, maybe not running a ship. What really attracted you to this role of Red?
I think the character is something I do love to play those kinds of characters, who have an air of bravado, but are actually like they have no idea what the hell they're doing. It's something it's just a fun thing to play. But on top of that, yeah, just being a part of a show based on a game that was so popular and loved, and to see how they adapted that game into something so fleshed out and funny but also scary. Just to see the craft in that was something that was very exciting to be a part of.
And Kimiko, your character, Cyan, is a gemologist, not a geologist, but a gemologist. It's such a funny person to have on the show. What do you like most about Cyan's sort of role in the show and how she interacts with the other characters?
I love that she's seemingly useless. She's just sort of like there to say some stuff that like in theory is so sweet and so earnest, but also is like unhelpful. And I love that aspect about her.
Yeah, she's there for vibes. Everybody needs a vibe person, you know?
Yeah, totally. I'm the hype woman. I'm let's just all get along.
Randall, you mentioned that you were excited to be a part of this adaptation because the video game was such a hit. Had you played much Among Us? I know, like during the pandemic, it was gigantic.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I learned. No, I hadn't played it, and I didn't even know what it was. But I also like live in a hole, so I don't know much about anything. But so I had to look it up, and when I looked it up, it was thrilling to just see how much people love the game.
Hopefully, they'll get the voice actors together and you guys can do a couple rounds of Among Us. I think that would be a fun little
We've talked
spectacle.
about that. We would love that. Yeah.
And Kimiko, you've done a ton of voice work. What's been most rewarding about getting to really lovingly expand all these huge franchises like Pokemon, Marvel, Star Wars, and now Among Us?
Yeah, I mean, well, it's been kind of the greatest joy of my life. I think like there's so much fun and play involved in doing animation and no egos involved. Like everyone is just so sweet. That is like my favorite part about this industry is that everyone just wants to have a good time, make the best product, like be surprised. Like they want you to bring yourself to the table and like to pitch new fun ideas, see what sticks and what works. And I think that is just like the best energy to enter into a creative zone with, which sometimes you don't always get like on camera or in a theatrical setting. Like I think there's like maybe more limitations, and it's just so nice to feel like you can just play.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And Randall, my last question, Owen Dennis is the real creative force behind this show. What just stood out about getting to work with him? Because he's such a brilliant animative mind.
I think is the vision, the vision of how he saw the show in relation to the source material, which is the game. I mean, the game is it's great and it's fun, but it's not like these you don't know who these characters are really, you don't like so he had a lot of envisioning to do and a lot of fleshing out to do and a lot of just kind of bringing it to life. And I was just so impressed by his ability to do that and to do it in a way that made, for a really fun show where if you weren't familiar with the game, you could still really enjoy the show, which I felt like that was important. And so yeah, just his vision and his talent was so just so impressive to me.